My name is Monica TOOKES, and I'm an artist, I'm a creative, and I am a passionate woman. I can go back all the way to first grade when I was drawing and painting and sketching and trying to put things together and collaging and stuff like that. Growing up in a small town, you don't get to see a lot of what you want to be. My family was military, so it was either going to the military or other type of work. It wasn't being a graphic designer or those type of fields were like frowned upon. Like, you're not going to make any money doing that, so you got to figure something else out for yourself. I do illustrative work. I can paint a person that looks exactly like that person. I know how to work with so many different mediums. I've done sculpture, I've done woodwork. I learned how to make paper and printmaking very young. So when I was in college, I went to Clark and took a printmaking class. And that put me back into that world again. We're actually pressing the images into the paper. I did photography where I have gone into the darkroom and done my own pictures in the buckets and the trays and stuff. My grandfather he was in the military, but he was also a jazz musician. So when I first came on the scene in Atlanta, all I painted was jazz. Because my grandfather used to sit on the floor with headphones and play his music, and he was very extremely introverted, but he couldn't get rid of me. So he'd sit on the floor and he'd have the 8-tracks, pop them in, and he's jamming and vibing to his music, and I'm inching up to him, just trying to absorb his space, and he'd just look at me like, ah. I became a resident artist at Sambuca, so I used to be able to paint live there, and people would buy paintings from me from those sessions. So it became an on-demand thing. You're coming for a Sambuca event, but you're also getting to buy original art from this young emerging artist, Monica TOOKES, and I was just in my zone. I was finding my way through something very simple, which was that connection with my grandfather. Ideas that I have may not always translate the way that I want them to. And the one thing that I do is I'll abandon the piece, flip it upside down, and redo it again. So sometimes a painting that someone has collected by me has about 5 or 6 paintings underneath it. I want to be able to connect fine art with commercial art, but I didn't want to give myself away. So I made a decision to just learn. I learned from the artists that were doing wholesale and then doing retail. I learned how they were shipping and receiving. But then you also have to learn, don't lose your copyright. So I was learning copyright, I was learning trade, I was learning wholesale, I was learning retail, all from just sitting and working at another artist booth and working for the right artists that were willing to share the information with me. A lot of times my obstacles become, Procreate, this, you're just dropping it into the pen, and then I don't get to touch it because I'm using the Apple pencil or the whoever pencil, but my hand isn't touching it, my brush isn't touching it, and it's this weird space where you gotta do it to keep up, but I yearn for that typewriter that you can feel the keys underneath your hands. And I don't want to sound like an old soul, but I know that I am. And so sometimes I will take a little longer and paint a piece in a more traditional way when I know I can do it a little faster. My favorite medium is acrylic because I'm a fast painter and it's quick drying. Oils were the most expensive paint to paint with. Oils are something to be cared for, and that means your brush now might cost $40-50 in addition to the little tube of paint costing $50. Watercolors and pastels actually are my second and third favorites. I love working with those, and it's been a long time since I've used them, so I'm about to kind of get back to that. I don't know who I'd be without art. Art connects me to everything. It's my microphone, it's my page, it's my stage, it's my eyes. It helps me navigate tough things. It helps me heal. It helps me heal others. I don't see a Monica TOOKES without art. I truly believe that's what God put me here to do because he knew what I would use my art for. For me as an artist, the business of art and the creativeness of art are two worlds that have to coexist in order for you to grow as an artist. Now, if you just want to create, there is nothing wrong with that. But if you want to make a living off of art, you have to learn those ways to fine tune, and you have to see how people are selling their work. I've had 3 art galleries in Atlanta. In the beginning, I did not want that. As I opened the first space really on Peter Street, you saw other artists' work more than you saw my work. Not because I wasn't creating, but because I knew there wasn't a space for them. And they were starting to look like how I felt. And so I wanted to give them a space to put work on a wall and have 200 or 300 people walk through this space and see your work. I would define my voice as being a storyteller, definitely. I learn about myself through my own art. I learn about myself through people asking me certain questions because they pique different memories that the memory's there, but I didn't connect that memory to my artistry. My mom had been an artist as well, and she was an illustrator, so she used to paint her friends and stuff. I found her pieces one day, and I was just like, whoa, like we're talking really detailed illustrative work. And she had it like hidden in a folder somewhere in the closet. I was just like, wow, okay, dang, do I get that from her? And I think that people have this idea that you can just paint anywhere. Oh, just go outside and it's so beautiful and you have the trees and the birds and whatever. I'm not really that artist. Public art and murals, yes, but when I'm painting pieces, I don't want bugs sticking to my work and I don't want to be hot. Not when you're doing canvas work and different things like that. And again, my military background, I'm a little OCD in my studios. I just know. And even with me, I like natural light versus a light switch. So to put me in a room, a spare room, and all I have is that, and if you clip lights onto my canvases, I actually struggle painting that way because the primer that I use and the way that I put texture on my pieces and then the way that I paint, just my technique, those lights are too harsh for the images that I'm trying to create. So natural light is my jam. Balancing home and family absolutely has been tough. And I think that the older you get and the more things, responsibilities that you have, you don't have time to create the way that you want to because the assumption is, oh, Monica, just paint that piece and just, then we're going to the store. Or Monica, just do this and then we're going to do this. When you're a professional artist, art comes through you, or even a musician, things come through you in a way that isn't quite that black and white. I just want other people to feel. And if they feel sad, if they feel happy, if they feel empowered, even if they feel like, her work isn't for me, you felt something and you're comparing me to something in your mind. And the reason why that's so important to me is because if you feel it, then you'll be something. You'll be it. You'll debate. You'll encounter. You'll embrace. You'll connect. You won't just exist. You can put your art on anything now, right? But what's important to me is for my art to be on things that connect to my story. So if it's a shirt, it's because I want you to walk with me. And when I'm not with you, someone's gonna say, who did that? Now you gotta talk about me. And what do you know? If you invested in me, most of them know a little bit about me and they're excited about it. So now you're leaving my name in the space that you just were in and I'm not even there. I try not to create under any type of influence. When I say under any influence, I also mean under anything that I'm going through. There's a lot of people who can paint through certain things. I try to be careful what it is I'm painting through because I'm leaving something in your space and in your home, and I don't want that spirit to be left there. And I know that sounds old soul, but I just want you to be able to have the best part of me. When people look at my work, I want them to feel. And I want to feel as if I've done God's work through me and that message has resounded in a way that even I didn't know it was supposed to sound. That bass drum is crystal clear. My name is Monica TOOKES, and I'm an artist and passionate creator, and this is my voice, and this is my life.